The woman picked up a red bowl from the river, so she brought it home and used it to measure rice. From that day on, the rice in her house never seemed to run out. As long as the rice was scooped with that red bowl, it would not decrease. Neighbors asked where the bowl came from, so the woman told them that half a year ago she went into the mountains to dig wild vegetables, and deep in the forest she discovered a large manor. Out of curiosity she went inside. Livestock filled the place and the tables were covered with food, yet she found that the entire manor was completely empty. Not wanting to disturb it further, she quietly left. But a few days later a red bowl floated down the river. She believed it was a gift from the manor. Sure enough, after obtaining the red bowl, her family became richer and richer, and eventually the richest in the village. Later generations called that manor the House of the Lost, a place that welcomes the homeless without asking for anything in return. On this day the House of the Lost welcomed 3 new residents. An old woman found 2 homeless girls at a disaster relief center, so she brought them to live in a broken house on the mountaintop. Luckily the house was spacious and fully furnished and livable after some cleaning. The next day they began tidying up the house, but one girl accidentally tore the paper door. That night they found the paper door had somehow repaired itself. The bathroom clearly had no fire, yet hot water at the right temperature was ready. This made the girl suspicious. After all, she and the younger girl were strangers to the old woman. There was no reason for her to treat them so well, so when she went to sleep that night the girl hid a sickle under her pillow, thinking that if anything happened she would grab the child and run. But it turned out she was overthinking. When she woke up the next day nothing had happened. She got up to get a glass of water and one appeared on the table out of nowhere. The girl could not believe it, so she casually said she wanted some ice, and instantly ice cubes appeared in the cup. At that moment the old woman returned. Seeing the girl confused, she explained that this was the legendary House of the Lost, a house that warmly welcomes lost souls. The paper door you tore yesterday was fixed by it. The perfectly warm water was also prepared by it. Everything it does is for you. But those words suddenly reminded the girl of her father. She turned and grabbed the younger girl and tried to escape the so-called House of the Lost. It turned out the girl was not homeless but had run away from home. After her parents divorced she lived with her father, but her father blamed her entirely for her mother leaving. No matter what she said or did, it was always wrong in his eyes. He often told her, everything I do is for your own good. Those words had become her deepest fear. So when the old woman said everything here was for your good, her instincts told her it was not safe. That was why she tried to run away with the younger girl. But where could 2 underage girls run to? In the end they could only return home obediently. Before long she adapted to life there, and the old woman treated them like family. She took the sisters to the supermarket to buy what they liked, and took them to picnic on the grass. One day the grandmother suddenly said guests would visit tomorrow night, and both of you need to help cook. At first they did not think much of it, but early the next morning the younger girl was awakened by noises outside. Standing in front of the grandmother was a group of pink kappa. They seemed to be discussing something serious. What confused the girl even more was who this grandmother really was, that she could invite kappa to her home. Then the grandmother noticed the girl, and waved her over, introducing that these were kappa from different rivers. They came at her request, but no one explained exactly why. Before dawn the grandmother led the kappa to the shore. They jumped into the water as if to inspect something. Not until dusk did the kappa return together. The girl was frightened by the sight. She worriedly looked at her sister, and the sister took out a small notebook and wrote a few words. Because her parents had died in a car accident she had been unable to speak, so she could only communicate with the notebook. That night under the grandmother's arrangement they warmly entertained the kappa, and the kappa brought back the information the grandmother wanted. It turned out that during the picnic the day before, the grandmother noticed that a creature sealed beneath the water was gone, so she asked the kappa to